So, old MTV shows. I was recently reminded of the MTV show Scarred, and it got me thinking about the other MTV shows I used to watch after school back in the day, and it made me wonder if anyone else remembers them, especially Scarred. I never see anyone talking about that show, and it is vividly in my memory. And warning for this video, if you don't like seeing people get hurt or blood or anything like that, just know that. And I'm also going to be talking about a few other shows, but not that in depth. Yeah, okay, let's go. Scarred, hosted by...
What up, y'all? I'm Jacoby, and this Scarred.
Also featuring his song Alive as the theme song. Scarred was a reality show of real-life stories of how people were scarred or injured while attempting dangerous stunts on skateboards, snowboards, and other things. Anything, really. Motorcycles, snowmobiles. There was one episode that featured a bull. Every episode was in countdown format with 5 clips, the last one being the most effed up clip of the day. They also sometimes had famous people tell their stories on the show. I couldn't find that much information on this show for some reason. I found this website, it's Lost Media, I guess, so if you find it, leave a comment. But from what I did find, I found a few YouTube clips, and from what I remember of the show, it had 2 seasons, 10 episodes each, 5 scarred stories in each episode. I remember a few of the stunts or the stories vividly in my head. Like, this guy, he jumped a staircase, but his tire blew up and he hit his face on the pavement, and if I find it, I'll be playing it. And then this other guy, he bunny hops over a chain, but the chain gets caught and then he flips over or something. It might have been on a skateboard, I don't remember exactly, but his leg it was crazy. And then there was this other one that just vividly stuck in my head, where it's this rollerblader. He jumped from a rail to another rail downstairs, and then he just lost his balance and he hit his head and he had a seizure, and it was just blood coming out of his ear. It was just insane. Yeah, so it's not a show for the faint of heart, and I could see why it's lost media now. But you know what? I could also see this show coming back, and people liking it, sort of, because people love people getting hurt, especially in this day of the internet, with shows like The Ridiculousness and whatever. It could be popular. But I'm telling you, some of these clips that I found, I don't even think I need to blur it in editing, because I don't think I could show it on here without it getting pulled down. So yeah, they got away with a lot on there. Oh, and then there was this one where a guy tried to go up a wall because it was curved like a half pipe, but he missed the wall and he slammed his head into the wall and he broke his jaw or something. It was crazy. Full speed, just hit his head on the wall. It's like a basketball, boom, bounce off. Okay, so the next show I want to talk about, I really couldn't find any information on this show. I only found 2 clips on YouTube, and I don't even know if they're for the show or not, because I don't have that much of a memory of what the show looked like. But it was called High School Stories, Pranks, Scandals, and Controversies. And according to the Wikipedia and IMDb pages, it was a show that aired from 2004 to 2010, which feels not right to me. 2010, I know it was a long time ago in retrospect, but it feels too recent. It feels like a 2007 show, that it went out off air then, but I guess not. So yeah, but the show, it featured stories of high school scandals and pranks, controversies, obviously, that kids took part in. One episode, they featured a story of the senior prank of them filling up cups of water and putting it all in the hallway. Yeah, not a good prank, or fine prank, but overdone. And then I remember another episode was they stole their rival school's statue or something, and then the kid got expelled or something. I don't really remember, but they stole the statue, and there was dramatized footage of the prank, and stuff. Yeah, I couldn't really find that much information on it. I know it's super vague, but if you know of it or find it anywhere, I'll leave the links to the YouTube videos I found in the comments, but if you could find it, let me know. The third show had even less information on it than High School Stories, and that is If You Really Knew Me. It ran for one season with 12 episodes, and I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't know the show.
This is called Your Image. And you could say that this is kind of the fake you. Sorry, but it is. If you really knew me, you would know.
Because the only reason I even know of the show is because the If You Really Knew Me thing, we had like a high school assembly about it. I don't know. People like stood up. It was like, I don't like no bullying. You don't really know anybody. I don't know. It was like Dare, but like not about drugs. I don't know. It was weird. But anyway, from what I could find on Wikipedia and IMDb, which was scarce, is that the show focused on a youth subculture and different cliques in high schools. I couldn't find the show anywhere at all, so I have no idea what it even entailed. I think I found one clip on YouTube, but it's like 12 minutes, and that's not, like, I'm playing it right now, but I'm not sure if that is even the actual show or not. So if you know this show, let me know. Now, moving on to the two shows that you probably have heard of, but I just want to talk about them because I find them both hilarious. Mostly the idea that both these got made is funny to me, I guess, would be a better way to explain it. Yo Mama, remember that show? With, who was it? Wilmer Valderrama. He's from That 70s Show. He hosted it, and it was like the rap battle, or the diss battle show. Your Mama, so whatever, is kind of the only diss they would use, so yeah, not that original, I guess, but yeah, and it's very disrespectful now looking back on it, and some of these jokes did not age well at all. Watching the one episode that I watched, or rewatched, I don't know why I watched it as much as I did as a kid, but I just did, so yeah. But yeah, he'd go to like 2 different cities and they'd battle, and then he'd pick the best one, and then the best one out of the city would like go to the other person's bedroom and raid it, like room raider type shit, and then like use like it as like prop to like give the big diss or whatever. It's really weird. Like MTV had a weird thing about people going into other people's rooms. Like what was the show? Like, yeah, it was Room Raiders, where they would just like go in and like it'd be the illusion of like them just knocking on your door and being like, "You're coming with me," and like they'd be like, "I need my shoes," but they'd be like, "I don't care," and then they like put them in the back of the van. Yeah, fucking what was up with that? It was so weird. But anyway, I'm not talking about Room Raiders. Yo Mama. Yeah, so they'd go into like each other's rooms and like they'd like grab like the one embarrassing thing or whatever, and then like I think the last diss they would do would be like about the item. But yeah, that show, if it came back on now with like how meme culture is, yeah, I'm not sure. Like it was like a meme before there were memes, like yeah. But I remember watching that show like a lot. I don't know why. I just like it just sucked me in. Like old MTV just like sucked you in for some reason. Okay, and then the last MTV show that I want to talk about is Celebrity Deathmatch. Just the sheer insaneness of the claymation and the violence and the celebrities and everything. Like the whole premise of the show is just amazing. I remember the show would be the one that you'd watch at like 2 a.m. at your first sleepover that you wanted to stay up all night with, like, that's how I first watched it. It was like I was at a friend's house and we were like, oh, I bet you can't stay up all night. And then we were like just watching MTV shows into the night, and like Celebrity Deathmatch comes on at like 2 in the morning, and you're like, what is this? Am I even alive? Like, like I can't be awake right now. And you're just seeing like Paris Hilton beat up somebody, or like claymation, like just all the celebrities like they had on there. Like every episode was like different, and they just fight to the death. Like, just insane show. Yeah, but that one you'd probably know those two, but I just felt like talking about them since I'm talking about MTV shows. Yeah. So if you like this and you want me to do another, I have a few other shows from different networks that I have in my memory that were like, oh, does anyone else remember that? So if you want me to talk about, or if you have any shows that you remember that not many people remember and you want to leave them in the comments, go right ahead. And I'll look them up and see. Maybe I've seen them. So yeah, thanks for watching and bye.